I can confidently speak for all of the faculty members here and those who could not attend when I say that helping you to celebrate your achievements here at your graduation is one of the most joyful duties that we have in our profession. But it's a little bit ironic that I was asked to give this speech. You know, English teachers love to talk about irony. That's that thing that's always what you think it's not. But it is a little ironic because if you look in your program, you'll see that I received 3 college degrees throughout my career, but I never went to a single one of my own graduation ceremonies. And the reason for that, partly, was I didn't want to sit through a lot of long-winded speakers. So that's a real challenge for me. I will briefly talk the talk so that you can walk the walk. First, I want to say to all of you, welcome home. Of course, by home, I don't mean where you live necessarily. I mean welcome to the campus of Chadron State College, the physical, geographical, institutional, and personal space from which you will receive your master's degree. Some of you have lived in Chadron, some have commuted, but many of you have conducted your education via the internet, thanks to the wonders and often the blunders of modern technology. Our CSC Home on the Range is now on the homepage. The wide open spaces of the plains have linked with the wide open cyberspaces, at least when we can get those darn links to open. Thus, this week, you may be literally seeing your educational home and meeting your academic family for the very first time. I want to make sure that you are properly introduced to this place because place matters. We are a college in a western town that faces the rolling hills, the sand hills of Nebraska to the east, the bluffs of Fort Robinson to the west, the Black Hills of South Dakota to the north, and the stunning state park to the south. We are also situated near the Pine Ridge Indian Reservation, and believe it or not, even if you are from, say, West Virginia or North Carolina, none of these aspects of our environment is incidental to your education, as each influences the culture of this institution, the people who teach here, and the way we teach. The geographical distances between destinations makes us resourceful. We who live in Chadron mostly shop at the 24-hour Walmart and at Safeway, along with the local small businesses, because the nearest mall is nearly 100 miles away. Of course, we do our Christmas shopping online, too. If we want to go somewhere, anywhere, we prepare for a long drive. So we have become pioneers in distance education, especially in graduate programs, because many of our potential students live too far away to safely commute in the winter, and you're getting a nice taste of that, aren't you? Or they are tied to jobs elsewhere that support their families. We are also accustomed to making do with a little. Nebraska is not a rich state with a large tax base, so we have figured out how to offer our residents a good, low-cost graduate education. But we are also folks who lend our neighbors a helping hand, and so we offer our cyber neighbors a pretty good deal on their education as well. We are flexible. Even our resident students often work 20, 30, or 40 hours a week. So we have developed a variety of course delivery and schedule options. We have also learned to understand the seasonal demands of our ranching environment. Sometimes we just have to make allowances for students who are called back home for calving. A pregnant cow waits for no man and acknowledges no due dates but her own. Medical emergencies arise, grandparents pass away, sometimes 3 or 4 times a semester, according to my attendance records. Chadron depends on a volunteer fire department, and student emergency responders occasionally rush from the classroom to answer the alarm. So we've learned to go with the flow. We are not a diploma mill. Our faculty develops your courses and maintains high standards of performance. We agonize over your borderline grades, C or D, B or A, C or B. But we really exult when you slam dunk that A. For every paper you upload into a Sakai Dropbox, a living, breathing human being downloads it, reads it, and gives you feedback. We instructors are continually actively involved in your progress. If you're an MBA student, as some of you are, maybe you wondered why a certain professor would answer your emails and troubleshoot your assignments at 1 or 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning. Like, doesn't that man ever sleep? You know, you think you've caught him and bam, there it is. Did you ever imagine that he might be up walking the perimeter at night, still reliving the firefights of Vietnam, while simultaneously trying to field your questions and fire off a response? He is just a part of who we are and how we roll here in this place. True to form as an English professor, and I'm not going to talk about, the road not taken that's been murdered at more commencement addresses than I'd care to think. But I do want to insert a quotation. In his marvelous book of literary criticism, Another Place, my former CSC colleague, Andy Alkins, who died way before his time, emphasizes the importance of our environment. He says, quote, "Finding ourselves at home in the world and properly oriented to it, we have achieved the satisfaction of knowing ourselves, the goal of true and mature self-knowledge. Today, we, your academic family, are here, at home in this place, with you and your entourage of friends and relatives, to celebrate your success and to wish you luck with all of your future endeavors." I want to close with a poem by a Denver poet, Thomas Hornsby Farrell. Always begin right here where you are and work out from here. If adrift, feel the feel of the oar in the oarlock first. If saddling a horse, let your right knee slug the belly of the horse like an uppercut, then cinch his suck. Then mount and ride away to any dream deserving of the sensible world. Thank you.